The topic of today's discussion is waste management and recycling. Landfills. They're awfully unsightly to those who live near them. They contain organic waste which produce greenhouse gases that accelerate the rate of climate change and are economically and spatially unsustainable. Most concerning is when landfills lack proper engineering. Improperly built landfills may lead to the release of flammable and health-damaging gases, or the leakage of leachate, a highly toxic liquid created from the breakdown of waste that can pollute groundwater. Newer and larger Subtitle D landfills address these issues, but come with a hefty price tag. How can we alleviate the pressure on and need for these structures? One method to reduce landfills is incineration with energy recovery. Incineration is a waste treatment process by which organic waste is combusted. The heat generated from this method can be used to generate electric power, and it reduces the volume of the trash by about 95%. Vanessa Goodship, author of the review Plastic Recycling, notes that the incineration of plastic polymers yields high energy recovery returns when compared to organic waste, at 35 megajoules per kilogram rather than 3 megajoules per kilogram. Many countries, such as Japan and Denmark, are already implementing these techniques. In contrast to incineration successes, in David Suzuki's article, Incinerating Trash is a Waste of Resources, he argues that incinerating trash is expensive and leads the public to believe that they do not need to change their own waste production habits. He also notes that the garbage burned is turned into harmful forms of ash and pollutants that are dangerous to health. Reduce, reuse, recycle. You have most likely heard these words repeated hundreds of times in your life. Recycling is one of these important waste minimization methods, but is it effective, and how exactly does it work? Recycling is the collection of existing materials that are then used as the raw source to produce new materials. The most common and familiar method is mandatory curbside recycling, where municipalities collect residents' recyclables once or twice a week. The most easily remedied reason why people don't recycle is because they don't know how. So I'm here to show you just how simple it can be. What can be recycled? Aluminum, paper, glass, steel, and plastics are all recyclable products. How can we differentiate these materials in our everyday life, and how do we deal with the tricky ones? Glass jars and aluminum or steel cans are usually identified and recycled. It's really important to recycle your aluminum cans because they reduce the energy usage by 95% when compared to raw production. And yes, you can recycle your aluminum foil as long as you clean off any food product first and make sure it's not damaged. When it comes to paper, newsprint, cardboard, and writing paper can be recycled. However, things like paper plates, used napkins, pizza boxes, or used paper towels are not recyclable because once again, the food and grease stuck on them can contaminate the pure paper recyclables. Shredded paper is not recyclable because the fiber is not long enough for your reuse, and brightly colored paper is too hard to bleach and cannot be recycled. Plastics are another troubled area and are a source of confusion because they come in many forms. PET and HDPE are the most useful and widely accepted for recycling. PET makes up soda and water bottles, vinegar bottles, and medicine containers, and can be recognized by the number 1. Milk and water jugs, detergent and soap bottles, buckets, and some toys are made from HDPE, which is indicated by a number 2. Another source of misunderstanding is that plastic bottle caps are not recyclable. Modern technology has improved, and you no longer have to screw them off and dispose of them. However, plastics with labels 3 to 7, including products such as saran wrap, PVC pipes, plastic shopping bags, yogurt, margarine, and other food containers are generally not accepted. But you can check with your municipality to be sure. In order to avoid ruining batches of recyclables, it's important to put the right recyclables in your bin and always make sure they are rinsed and free of any food or organic contaminants. Now that we have properly recycled our products, what happens to them? All curbside recyclable materials are taken to a processing center where they're sorted in very specific ways for them to be reused, and are shipped to companies that will reuse them to make their products. Recycling is so important It's one of the ways that you can easily reduce your footprint and help preserve our environment. If we all work together, we can create a cleaner, more sustainable Earth. Thank you for watching.